Hello Reformers and welcome back to A Clash of Kings 4.1. So we're still grinding away here in Essos. We are doing our very best to get a good amount of cash to be able to afford that masterwork Mirish crossbow, which I think is actually going to be one of the best buys we can make, because that's pretty much going to be the weapon that I'll use for the rest of the game, as well as as a ranged weapon at the very least, because obviously my one-handed weapon is open to change. Anyway, as you can see here, we have got into combat with these Rhoynar outlaws, and we're going to try and do, a pretty decent amount of damage to them, and I just wish I had that crossbow, because being able to have ranged combat damage against archers is fantastic, so I won't actually have to use my dodging and athleticism, even though we do have, quite a bit of that as it is. Anyway, what we're also going to be doing in this episode is attempting to raid a Pentoshi village. If we can do that, then I think we're going to be absolutely fine with our money, and what I would like to do is when the when the contract is up, and when we no longer require being a mercenary of Volantis, I'd like to, leave the contract after a month, because obviously that's when the contract expires, but yes, I'd like to do that, and then hopefully, as a result of that, what we can then do is go over to Westeros and join the Westerlands. So I'm hopeful that that is going to be a thing that we will be able to do. And if not, then, well, so be it. But I think that we should have a pretty good chance of that, and I think we should have a pretty decent amount of money at that point as well. Now, the main reason why I want to leave the contract is because I want to get over to the Bank of Braavos. Because if we can get into the bank at Braavos, I'll be able to put a bunch of money in there, and that money will then accumulate over time. And I know, yes, putting in a small amount of money is really not going to make too much difference, but what I'm going to try to do is every single time I get about, shall we say triple the amount of my weekly wages, I'm going to put the, 1/3 of that into the bank. And hopefully that is going to make a good amount of difference to the amount of money that we will eventually have. Because eventually we'll, get a pretty nice nest egg going, and then I'll be able to have, almost unlimited funds. Yes, exactly. But we have acquired the most powerful unit in the game, the one-armed villager. Yeah, now for those of you that do not know about that inside joke, that is a reference from the previous series. Anyway, as you can see here, we've also spec'd a little bit in prisoner management, and we're going to be getting these Rhoynar archers and taking them with us. Alright, so we got some fur armor here. I don't think I actually need to give that to anyone any further. Ooh, we got a bonus of thick shoes. Oh, look at how fantastic they are. They give us +2. Oh yeah, I'm being sarcastic. I think that is absolutely awful. Those are really, really bad shoes, and I'm really surprised that they gave us those. Anyway, we are going to attempt... Oh my, we're gonna try and raid one of these Pentoshi villages. I have a bad feeling about this. Well, isn't this hilarious? Yeah, I was just looking around the Pentoshi area. That's the reason why I cut away, because what I wanted to do was try and scout out a little bit around Pentos, and I was trying to stay away from the town and everything just until I had kind of figured out whether there were any vassals in the area. It doesn't seem like there are any vassals in the area, so then I decided, hey, okay, I'm going to try and raid this village, because there was another village really, really close by to us that has already been looted, so I can assume that if they were successful, whoever raided that, I don't know who it was, but I can assume if they were successful, then hopefully we will also be successful. But as you can see here, it now has a bandit infestation. Isn't that hilarious? Because we are technically going to be raiding this village, but we have to clear a bandit infestation first? That is really weird. That is really weird, but it doesn't matter because we're going to get some pretty nice experience for this, and I didn't even see whether we were going to get any renown for it either, so that might be a bit of a bone of contention here. I actually don't know whether we're going to be getting anything good from it, but we are going to need to charge in, because these guys do have pretty decent ranged capability, so we need to make sure that they know that we are not a force, to be yes, that we are a force to be reckoned with, not a... Ah, yes, I totally messed that up, didn't I? Fantastic. That's the reason why no one takes you serious, Elias, because I always misspeak all the time. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and he's just like, rolling his eyes at me. Anyway, yeah, it seems like these guys aren't actually that good in close quarters situations. As you can see, they seem to have pitchforks and things, like a certain farmer that I know. But yeah, that farmer, he is imbued with the power of an eagle, so obviously that makes a difference. Anyway, there you go. The forest bandits were relatively easy to kill. 2 renown. 2 renown. Alright, well, I'm gonna I'm gonna refuse it, and then I can literally recruit people from here if I so desire, instead of looting and burning the village. Now I'm actually kind of sad that we saved them and now we have to loot their village, but as you can see, this is where I am right now, and that's the village that was just looted. Ah, well, I suppose I should just be heartless and not really care what's going on, and I should just do my best to raid as many things as possible. Do I have enough space? I have really bad inventory management. I'm actually kind of disappointed. Wait a minute, let's just see what I can do here. I'm going to get rid of some of my food, because I really don't need this much food. There we go. Okay, so, let's do it. Loot and burn the village. Let's see how it... Oh no, there's a vassal. Wow. Okay, well I can run away and leave 16 people behind. Yeah, I kind of want to retreat from this. Well, what I could do is try to kill some of them. I could try to kill some of them, and then I could try and retreat immediately. Come on, cavalry, kill them. Kill one of them, at the very least. Kill one. Yes, that's all you need to do, cavalry. Just kill one of them, and then I can retreat, and hopefully have an opportunity to run away. That will be the goal that we have in mind at the moment. Yes, there we go. We killed one of them. Fantastic. That's what we needed. Oh. Really? Are you serious? I still can't leave? Oh, that's very weird. Okay, well... That's actually very weird, because usually when you kill one of them, you're able to retreat and then leave instead of surrender, you know what I mean? So that's a bit strange. Maybe it's because we're raiding the village and they don't allow us to do something like that just yet. But it seems like I'm probably going to have to get up here and do some damage myself. I'm a bit worried about this because these guys have extremely good weapons. They have very, very good weapons. And I'm very worried about it, but yeah, as you can see, they also have some pretty decent armor. Okay, so I've killed one of them. And are we going to be able to kill a bunch more? I actually don't know. Yes, we are. Oh, this is good. This is good. Okay, I'm going to try and retreat again. There we go. Yes, now we can leave. Fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to go over in this direction. I do not want to continue looting the village. No, thank you very much. Okay, so this guy, hilariously enough... Oh, yeah, come and help me. Come and... Ah. Okay, apparently they're not going to come and help me. Oh, well, never mind. Okay, so we did lose a bunch of units. I actually don't even know what we lost. But I don't really mind, to be honest, because at the moment we have some pretty high-level units, and if we lost some lower-level ones, then it's not really a big deal. As long as we were able to survive and escape from that situation, that's basically all that matters at the moment, because we really do not want to get taken prisoner, because that is going to mess everything up. So... being able to survive and, you know, keep yourself alive, that's the way to go. Anyway, I'm going to try and get into combat with this guy, because we have a bunch of Valantines. Oh, yes. Oh, he has made a huge error. Yes, you have made a huge error, sir. You thought that I was all by myself, didn't you? Yes, apparently he thought that I was not actually a mercenary, apparently, and... he engaged upon us a little bit. He ran back into us. So this is going to be hilarious. I'm very much hoping that we'll be able to take him prisoner as well. But then on the other hand, you know, taking people prisoner is not usually very good, because then you lose a bunch of relation with other factions and things and they declare war on you. But I suppose we are technically a mercenary, so it's not really a big deal. So let's see what we can do here. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to try and get my people to go over there. Oh, hilariously enough, I'm not commanding anyone here. So this is... oh my. This is going to be one of those things that takes a huge amount of time to complete, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, well that's a shame, because I'd like to see how we do and how the Valantines do. They actually have slingers. Now, I have read a little bit in the changelog of 4.1, and apparently the mod creator has made slings and their use a lot more effective. And that's very interesting to me because, you know, initially you just think to yourself, okay, slings, yeah, meh, you know, they're just early game weapons that you really don't think about for more than past level 5 or whatever, because most of the bandits that you fight, you're going to be fighting those until like level 10 or something like that, and then that's it, and then you'll never see another sling in your life. But a bunch of these different factions actually have slings as main weapons, as main ranged weapons, so it's very interesting to see how they're going to do. Now, hilariously enough, what are they... yeah, so, okay, now, here's the thing. I think I have Formations AI on. I think I have Formations AI on, or something like that, and this is exactly what is happening due to that problem. So, I think I'm probably going to be changing that, even though I don't really want to, because I personally find the formations to be really fun to use. But, as it stands, I'm not really using them, I guess. I mean, I'm not really... yeah, okay. We're gonna need to retreat. I did not want to do this. I did not want to do this because personally I find changing the mod options and changing the fact that they do the... Yes, Formations AI. So I could do native AI with Formations, or I could just disable them or whatever, but I think I'm just going to do native AI with Formations and see if that makes a difference. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Let's see whether that is indeed the case. So we're going to go back in and hope that the AI actually decides to do something this time. Alright, well, as you can see, the Volantine Lancers have already gotten huge amounts of kills. Now, that is to be expected, of course, because, well, the Pentoshi vassal here does not seem to have a large force at all, and you would kind of expect the Volantines to take advantage of that. So it seems like native AI with formations has solved the issue of them just standing there, and that's, you know, that's the thing. Like, can you imagine? Now, here's... I don't know whether this is actually going to happen in the future at all, but can you imagine if this was a kind of like a multiplayer game? And I know, yes, it is technically multiplayer. You can play as a single soldier on a battlefield, and you can complete various objectives, or you can play in team deathmatch, or whatever the case may be. But just imagine that you're playing multiplayer, and you're playing against someone, and they have an army to command, and you have an army, and you're commanding that army, and you both have kind of the same sort of army, and you're kind of not really wanting to fight, but you're kind of forced into it. So what do? I mean, there's always going to be kind of hesitation, and then there's always going to be, you know, certain people that will decide, hey, you know what, I'm just going to stand at the very back because that gives me an advantage. Because if I have archers, then I'm just going to stand here and allow the enemy to walk into us. So that kind of thing, I realize that the Formations AI does attempt to, shall we say, simulate what a player would do. That was the whole reason why I brought up that analogy or example or whatever you want to call it. And to me, I would not do that. I mean, yes, if I'm going to be playing as an archer army, then obviously I'm going to try and find the best possible way to gain an advantage in that respect. You know, if you're, for example, I mean, I'd love to take this guy prisoner right now so that I could sell him. I'm going to take him prisoner so I can sell him back. But the point is, if I was playing an archer army, then I'd obviously try and find the best advantage. And if my opponent was using cavalry, for example, then they would also try and find a way to flank that archer army so that they would not be, you know, not be the target of many, many arrows or bolts streaming towards them. So that kind of thing is something to take into account when you look at the Formations AI, because personally, I'm not going to stand there if I'm having a primary infantry army. I'm not going to stand there just because I'm standing right on my reinforcement spawn zone. I think that is pretty meh. You know, it's a pretty meh thing to do, to be honest. I mean, I'd much rather get into the action and leave the battle sooner than just stand there, you know? So I don't know why the Formations AI does that. I think it's a bit weird because, you know, personally, I would think that you know, a person would want to get into the action. But obviously it's just trying to do what is best for its army, and it knows that it's outnumbered, and so it's just going to stand there and try and gain some sort of advantage from that. But if you have no more reinforcement waves, as was the case with that guy, because of course he only has 42, then that is indeed also a bit of an issue. Anyway, I need to restore myself. I actually need to rest a little bit. So can I go and rest at Cross River? Yes, I can, but I'm a bit worried about that because I have to go around here, and there's many Dothraki units between me and that, so I'm a bit skeptical about whether I'd be able to get there in time. Okay, so it seems like I'm going to need to go to Blackwall. And I need to be careful here as well because there are many... Hello, can you please just... Thank you, yes, okay. Can you please go away and leave me alone? Thank you very much. Okay, so... Oh yeah, by the way, I did also receive my weekly wages while I was off screen, and it just about covered my wages. It literally gave me, I think, 934, and I had a cost of 920 or something like that, so it was literally just a little bit more than that. Now, here we go. This is the kind of thing that I'm not entirely sure what to do about, because if I decide to give him 500 coins, it's going to give me a good amount of honor or renown or something like that, and if I give him 100 coins, then it's going to give me a sort of standard, not very good amount, and if I give him nothing, then it's probably going to take something away from me, isn't it? So I'm going to pay the 500, and I'm going to gain honor, really? Oh, I gained some pretty decent amount of honor, actually. I gained 9? Did I really gain 9 honor from that? No, I think I probably gained 6, if anything, because I had 4, and I did help a village, and that's it, really. I didn't really do too much more, so I'm not entirely sure how I have that much honor. That's very strange. Maybe I did something else. Oh, yes, I saved the village, didn't I? Yes, I saved the village from bandit infestation, and then yeah, that was it. That was literally it, as far as I'm aware. So it was a bit weird, because I thought I only had 4 honor before that. Oh, well. I think it was a little bit... Oh, no, I think there may have been another event where I got some honor from that as well. Oh, well, never mind. Okay, so, yes, we're now here at Blackwall, and we need to decide where we go next. I have rejuvenated ourselves, so that's pretty good. And I do have a bunch of people that I might want to sell. I do have some Roinar archers that I could sell, so I suppose I should go over to Draconis and see what's going on here. Maybe there's a ransom broker. Yeah, there is. 160. Right. Okay. I guess that's not bad. How many are you? Okay, I guess I'll take you. Why not? Yeah. Alright, well, seems like my quest to raid a Pentoshi village will have to wait until the next episode. I'm probably going to go over to Black Ridge, because at the moment, these villages right here are in kind of like the pathing zone for Pentos itself, and I think that could be a little bit too busy. So, Black Ridge it is. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.